Hi, this is Phil Diebald, Territory Sales Manager with Gowan, Canada. Welcome to our brief video on the importance of using all the herbicide groups. It is clear that crop production systems with limited diversity run into problems faster than systems with a high level of diversity. As many different crops should be grown as possible, and all available weed control options should be used. Regarding herbicides, use all the modes of action and use all of the timings, including soil residuals, pre-seed burn-off, and in-crop. Too much reliance on in-crop will lead to problems with groups 1, 2, and 4. Too much pre-seed burn-off will lead to problems with groups 2, 9, and 14. And too much reliance on soil residuals will lead to problems with groups 3 and 8. Balance is the key. Each mode of action used in Western Canadian crops is important. Group 1 is the only post-emergent grass herbicide group in many pulse and oilseed crops, like lentils, chickpeas, flax, and mustard. Group 2 is used in almost all crops for grass and broadleaf control. Group 4 is a widely used mode of action, important for hard-to-control broadleaf weeds, as is Group 6. Group 9 is one of the most important, with activity on annual and perennial broadleaf and grass weeds. Group 10 is an important tool in canola. Group 13 provides an alternate mode for cleavers, and Group 14 and 15 are key pre-emergent products that include both burn-off and residual weed control. If you are also using groups 3 and 8 for soil residual control, great. If not, then it's time to use all the groups to save the others. Experts agree that any one group that is overused is a concern. A benefit of adding a soil residual is the majority of weeds won't be exposed to the post-emergent herbicide. Picture a field with a large wild oat patch. With no residual herbicide down, the wild oats grow to the 2 or 4 leaf stage before they are controlled. Some that do not die may be resistant and are allowed to reproduce seed. If a soil residual had removed 80% before they emerged, the amount that are exposed to the post-emergent herbicide is drastically reduced. Another benefit that has been discussed is higher yields. The point of controlling weeds is to protect yield. It is documented that the earlier weeds start to compete with the crop, the more yield is lost. With soil residual herbicides, the weeds do not emerge or are weakened when they do emerge, so maximum yield is protected. This trial in wheat from 2017, conducted by an independent retail in Swan River, Manitoba, shows the wild oat control benefits of adding Avidex to the system. As you can see, the level of wild oat control is increased with all treatments, early or late, and regardless of treatment. And with the extreme wild oat pressure in this trial, the yield results were dramatic. This is an atypical result, but you can expect a significant yield bump from the use of a soil residual from Gowan if you have moderate to high weed pressure. The reality is, weather does not always cooperate. There are many reasons for the late application of post-emergent herbicides, but soil residuals will allow more flexibility for timing then, no matter what the reason for delay. Which product you choose depends on a few things. First of all, which crop is it for? If you are planting a cereal like wheat, durum, or barley, Gowan recommends using Avidex. It will provide the best combination of wild oat activity and crop safety. For canola, Fortress and Edge are good options, and for pulses, Edge is the best. The hard truth is that for Avidex, Edge, and Fortress, incorporation will enhance performance. The active ingredient needs to be in contact with the soil to work and to stay in the soil. The absolute best way to ensure this is to incorporate. 1 pass with a heavy harrow is sufficient. 2 passes is even better. When you're investing money on your inputs, you should want the best return as possible. Large clods in a field may cause uneven distribution of the herbicide and cause poor results, so a heavy harrow is recommended before application of the herbicide. Min-till or zero-till fields with greater than 30% trash cover are well suited for granular product. The active ingredient will be tied up to crop residue if a liquid is used in these situations. Granules can be harrowed into the soil before the herbicide is released. Fields with less than 30% trash cover are great for Avidex Liquid EC. Fields with extremely heavy straw cover, greater than half an inch of thick straw, should be harrowed before application of granules. If the straw is too thick before application, the harrow pass after application may not move the granules down to the soil where they need to be. For liquid Avidex, a regular sprayer will do the job. For granulars like Avadex, Fortress, or Edge Microactive, a Valma or a floater will be required. In summary, remember these 3 key points. Diversify your herbicide rotation to help you save your important groups. By relying too heavily on a certain mode of action, you will run into resistance problems faster than anticipated. Using groups 3 and 8 will reduce selection pressure when your post-emergent herbicide is used, increase yields in fields with moderate to heavy weed pressure, and help with time management when in-crop spraying is delayed. Gowan has a product for all crops and weed spectrums. Just remember to prepare fields properly and incorporate for best results. Contact your local retail to book your Avadex, Edge, and Fortress today and ask them about our Buy 2, Get Cash Back program. From all of us at Gowan Canada, good luck this spring.
For more information, call 1-800-960-4318 or visit gowancanada.com. To calculate your return on investment with Gowan herbicides, visit gowanresistancecalculator.com. Always read and follow label directions.